What's up? What's up? Y'all already know. Welcome to Miss Miyagi. Yeah, this is Miss Miyagi. I'm gonna pull up. And the reason I want to pull Miss Miyagi because I want to hear from a woman's point of view on how she feel on this subject, this tragic incident that happened. Salute, Miss Miyagi. How you doing, beautiful? I'm playing with you. How you doing, beautiful?
I'm doing good.
Oh, you probably ain't on this topic because I know you be. I like for you to be on other great topics, but I want to bring this up because I want a woman's point of view about this. Now, it was a guy. First, I want to ask you, how do you feel about people who go to prison for murder and then 30 years later they get released? Do you feel if you committed murder, you supposed to stay in prison, or is rehabilitation is good on your behalf? Like, what should be the qualifications to be released?
Well, first off, you got to start with everybody that ends up in prison. They're not always guilty.
All right.
You got innocent ones that do get sent to prison.
Okay.
So, and then you also get ones that they've done something by accident.
Okay.
You know?
All right. So I want to show you this guy, right? I'm gonna put his picture up. He's a guy who did 30 years in prison. This guy, his name is he go by Two Got Nat. He's a blood affiliate. This incident was just on the news. He did 30 years
Yeah, I heard about
in
it.
prison. All right, you familiar with it? All right. So he came home and he killed the man for a parking spot. This the guy he killed for a parking spot. The guy, he's a dad. His name is Trevor Hughes. He got in the beef with somebody for a parking spot at ex-con. As you read the rest in peace to Trevor Hughes. Now, how do you feel about that?
Over a parking spot?
Over a parking spot. So do you think this man who we showed Two Got Net did the system fail us for allowing him to come home? Now look what happened. How do you feel about that?
We can't rely on the system to fix us.
But ain't it supposed to be corrections? The name of the system is called corrections, but it seemed like it ain't nothing being corrected.
Just because it's called the correctional system, whatever the case is, don't mean it's meant to fix you. Like, it's just a name. It's just a name that's meant to make business. I mean, basically, to be honest with you. So, I mean, it's unfortunate that that happened, but I mean, it's kind of like you don't know what can trigger a person. Yeah, you've been away for 30 years, but you don't know what could trigger a person. You don't know he may have acted upon being excited and I'm not talking about like in a fun way, but being excited, like I haven't been out in a while. And sometimes your actions or your emotions get the best of you and you do something that you regret.
No, listen, you cannot be excited with having an argument and a fight happen with him killing somebody and beating up the guy's wife. And then it was another one which I probably took down where it states that after he killed the guy, he beat the guy's wife up bad. Now, an animal like that coming from prison, and my thing is, a lot of dudes in prison, we get mad about parole.
But some people don't know how to act when they come out.
But you right.
See,
they don't know. You can't justify. Listen, we talking about a 42-year-old. We know right from wrong.
No, you cannot justify it. You're absolutely correct. You cannot justify someone's behavior. Now, me being in the field of law, I'm on that defense side, right?
Okay.
There's always a reason behind something. Okay. So yes, what he did, that was wild, that was crazy. But you got to think about it. If you locked up for so long and you get a bit of freedom, how do you expect that person to know how to act again in society? Now, I'm not saying what he did was correct. I'm not justifying that. I'm not saying after going to prison for the first time for what you just did now is correct. I'm not saying that, but you got to think about it. Your mentality, you forget how to act, you forget how to think, you forget how to function out in the world.
See, the thing
Again, not
is,
defending
no,
what he
no.
did.
See, the thing is, I'm gonna be people who don't know about and never been incarcerated. Y'all don't know that they also teach you in when you in jail code of conduct.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think that because a person did 30 years, he don't know a dog is a dog and a frog is a
Correct. You're absolutely correct. And I'm not
you know what
defending
I'm
what
saying?
he did. I'm not saying what he
No,
did was
no.
correct.
There's other people who did 30 years and came home and never went back to prison.
Right.
And who actually went in and came out better than who they.
So do you think they corrected his mentality to know how to function out in society, or do you think they corrected his mentality to function as an inmate?
I think, but you right in a way because this guy is alleged gangbanger. He did multiple time in the box, so we got to take that under consideration. Being in the box,
Exactly.
not having mental treatment, and being in prison. How can I say it? I think a lot of people who do a lot of time in prison, they do need to seek mental treatment as far as release, but we supposed to have that.
Mm-hmm.
When you get released, you're supposed to be able to go to a therapist
Yeah.
or program before they fully release you out in society. Now, for my information, this guy, he had life parole.
Mm-hmm.
So he most likely was already involved in these programs. But sometimes these programs they don't take serious. And they look at it like they ain't really putting their all in it. They trying to get off parole.
No, it's a business.
Yeah, and
It's
then
a
you gotta look
business.
at it the time the crime happened, 2 a.m. So basically it happened on the Sunday he was out drinking.
Mm-hmm.
So you broke parole there. You came home on for 30 years. 30 years, you want to do another 30 in the house. That's how I feel. What I'm doing now in the middle of the night, I fear to go back to prison. But I just wanted your insight on how you feel, and how you see things as them allowing convicted killers to come back out in society.
I mean, we can't prevent everything. And we would hope that, someone being in prison for 30 years and coming back out into society, you would think that they would have some type of changed mindset or they want to do good, but you can't always expect that. You can
Let's just
hope
say
for it,
if you was
that's it.
if you was part of the parole committee, right? Let's just say if you was part of a parole committee, um, would it make you a little like if people came to you to be paroled, especially if they already had, a murder case and is now it sits on your lap to free these guys? Would you really take things a little like how can I say a little more serious? Would you just you did good in prison, I'm gonna let you out, or you'll just be more careful now? Because I wonder how the parole committee thinks now. We let this guy go, and he basically like pissed in our face.
But I mean, you got to think about how many times does this happen? You can get it right with one person, you can get it wrong with one person. There's the only thing you can do is hope, and hope that you've made the best decision. Just like anybody appearing before a judge, you would hope that the judge, this is my first time, you would hope that the judge would be lenient on you and give you less time. But nah, he throwing the hammer at you. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's really hard to say. Like
So
there's
basically, you can't be judgmental on one incident.
nah.
That's what you're saying. I respect that. I respect that. But make sure y'all hit the like button. We're gonna try to do more of these on Miss Miyagi show.
That's
Salute
right.
to Miss
That's right.
Miyagi. We had a great one. You made me.
Make sure y'all go ahead and like and subscribe.
And let them know your Instagram to subscribe to your Instagram as well.
Miyagi as well. Y'all look me up. I'm on there.
That's right. Y'all already know we up off of this. 050's the movement.